Hi guys, so today I'm going to be answering a question, and that question is what is the difference between arrays and strings in Python? So I'm going to be doing some definitions, and at the same time I'm going to be looking at characteristics. So the first thing I'm going to do is define arrays. So an array is a data structure. So arrays are data structures, or an array is a data structure. So let me correct that. Is a data structure, and it holds multiple values of the same type, right? And here holds multiple values of the same type, right? So and here's an example of an array. So examples. Now it's also important for us to know that arrays they are available through the array model, and they can be used through libraries like NumPy, which is the library for numerical Python. So here I'll import the array model, then I'll create an array using, I'll name it ARR just for array. So here I say array dot array, and here I can use this and create an array. I'm just going to use an I here just to indicate, right? Just to indicate what we have here, and then I'll put a list in here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And right, so this is it. And the interesting thing is, just like I mentioned, it holds multiple values of the same type, right? So if with this I can check type, and of course ARR, and what we have here is an array. You can see that. And if I print it, which is ARR, I have arrays. So typically this is what you see. So it's an array of integers, right? Basically this I is just to indicate like integers. Now and of course you can also have NumPy arrays, right? So I want us to understand that. So they're typically used in numerical Python. Then strings. So here we have strings. So what's a string? A string is a sequence of characters enclosed in double, single, triple quotes, right? So again, a string is a sequence of characters. Right, and again, you see a string, you see that it's enclosed in single, double, and or triple quotes. So I'll have to put that and or triple quotes, right? So that's what it is. So an example of a string is, I could just basically say s equals to, not equal, but assigning it using that equal sign, and this I could just simply say hello world, and that's what we have. We have this, and to check this we could just simply put this type. You can see it's a string, right? And right, so that's typically what it is. And I can just basically print the string, and I put an S in here, and what I have is hello world. Now another thing I like to use to define this other part is to look at their data type. So we want to look at in terms of data types. So here I'm going to be talking about data types. Now, arrays can hold any data type, any elements of data type, but all these elements must be the same. So here, arrays can hold different data types, or hold elements of any data type. So they can hold elements of any data type. But here's a quirk. So the quirk here is all elements in the array must be of the same type. Of the same type, right? So that's what it is, right? So it's typically what that is. So if you put, just like we have the I representing integers, if you put an array here, they're all going to have the same data type. Again, I'm going to use ARR, and I'm going to replace what I have over there, and I say array the array, and look at this. So if I put F representing floats, and then inside I have 1.0 to 3.0, 4.0, and then we close this here, and I close this, and then I print this. You notice here I put 2 here, right? And the rest of them are, this is an integer, and the rest of them are floats. And what we have are all floats. So it just kind of casts everything into floats. Now strings, just to add more of this, strings hold sequence of characters. So they're text, right? So they hold sequence of characters, and so they're text. That's what they hold, sequence of characters, and each element in a string is a character, right? So that's typically what it is. And just like we have our S here, just an error here. Okay, so each element is, each element is a character. Now, another thing you want to understand about when we're talking about mutability, so this is the final one. We're going to talk about mutability, which is their ability to be modified. Arrays are mutable. So here, arrays are mutable. Right, so that means we can make changes to an array, right? So here, again, just to put it in perspective, arrays can be modified, right? So see what we have here. Remember ARR, right? And I'm going to make a change, and I'm going to say for maybe the elements in this position, I'm going to make it 10, right? And why is that holding? Oh, okay, sorry. All right, and so we print ARR, and again, right, you see that we've made that change to this 0, 1. And just like I told you, arrays must hold the same values. And then for mutability, when we're talking about strings, right, strings are immutable, so they can be changed. They're immutable, so they can be changed. Once it's created, it cannot, be modified. Yeah, so if you try any operation that seems to modify a string will actually create a new one. So for instance, I have S, we already know S, right? And inside of it, we say, look, we want to equals to S plus, what do you want to do? I want to add something to it. So I'm just let's say hello world, and we put a plus here, and then inside I want to say of, and inside I want to say of Python, right? So let me then put a space here, and I put this here. Did I miss something? I must have missed out something. What did I? Oops, sorry. So that's the mistake I made here. And so we have S, and if I run this, you see hello world of Python. So again, if you try to create a new string with that, you're definitely just going to have a new element. So when you try to make a change to it, you just create a whole new element. So right, so again, I'm going to do a recap. Arrays, data structures, they hold multiple values of the same type. String is a sequence of character enclosed in single, double, and triple quotes. And in terms of data types, arrays can hold elements of any data type, but all elements in the array must be the same. Strings hold sequence of characters. In terms of mutability, arrays are mutable, they can be modified. Strings are immutable, they cannot be modified. All right.